because one of the biggest mistakes, I still hear it today from young people, oh, I don't have to worry because I'm still
young.
Yeah, and that is death to most people, because eventually you get old and then you're not young again. So it's a way of saying, when I talk about assets and liabilities, one of the most important things you have in your life is time. But most people are chasing shiny objects. They want to make money. They're not building an asset here. And then what most people invest in from there is paper. The big mistake I see young people make is they focus here. And the words are, I want to do what I love. That's the track. You see, in real life, sometimes you have to do what you hate. Like, people think I like to write books. I hate writing books. But it fills my purpose in life. It's not my passion, my purpose in life. Because my purpose was to get here. A lot of these guys get trapped here doing what they love. And as we've talked about on earlier episodes of this thing, these guys pay the highest taxes. 40% here, 60% in taxes here, 20% here, and then 0% here. So when I was before my 20s, I knew I wanted to go there, and I wasn't doing what I loved. I had to learn what I didn't want to learn. I had sometimes to do what I hated. I had to learn about taxes. I had to learn about debt. I had to take classes. I had to learn about insurance. So I was doing a lot of things I hated doing so I could come over here. These guys never do this because they live their passion. I want my passion. The difference in passion is greedy. Purpose is for other people. So my purpose was to come over here so I could serve more people. Okay. So I have employees here and all this. I don't buy stocks, bonds, mutual funds, because as a professional investor, I can create my own assets. The richest young guys today start companies. It's called Facebook, Google, Apple, stuff like that, Number 2 is real estate. So what my rich dad taught me is a combination of being an entrepreneur in business and entrepreneur in real estate. It's that combination is I pay no tax and I make a lot more money. Okay. So a lot of guys say, well, I have a business. I say, well, how much real estate you got? Without real estate, you pay tax. That's the problem. And then there's paper, which is stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and savings. That's what most people should be in. The reason savings are good, paper is good, like stocks, bonds, mutual funds are liquid. You make a mistake, you can get in and out real quick. Called liquid. The trouble with these two, you make a mistake, you're there forever. Can't get in and out. So that's why you got to be very smart before you go in. Most people invest in from there is paper. And that's fine. That's stocks, bonds, mutual funds, savings, ETFs. Not my game. I don't love it. I actually hate it. But these guys, it's perfect for them to have paper, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETF, and all that, because they're focused over here. They want to do what they love. They want to climb the ladder. They want their career. They want this. I'm going to become president. That's not what I wanted. I want to be a football star. But this is for the middle class here. That's fine. You can get rich here too. I just don't like it. Most people think that savings is smart, but my rich dad told me years ago that savers are losers. Now, I know this goes against the grain, what most people tell you, save money, save money, save money. But the reason savers are losers began back in 1971. One of the reasons we have so much economic volatility in our economies today, high gas prices, high food prices, stock market booms and busts, housing values going down, all can be attributed back to 1971. Plus, there are other changes. So what makes the Rich Dad Company different is that we do not really subscribe to the idea of being a saver. We think it's more important you learn to be an investor. Like if you had invested in oil 10 years ago, you'd be a rich person today, even though savers are losers. If you invested in gold 10 years ago, you would have been a lot better off. If you had invested in rental real estate 10 years ago, you would have been way ahead of the savers. So if you want to get ahead, you need to not be a saver, but learn to be an entrepreneur or an investor. The big mistakes I see young people making is here. You know, they think about what they want to do, what they love. And what I'm saying to you, the millennials right now, invest in what you love. There's a very big difference. In other words, think about this side first. Most young people, or should I say, short-sighted people, they think this is it or this is it. But this is the one here. So when I was your age, I knew that the assets I wanted to acquire, the richest people own businesses. Over here, these guys are small business, self-employed. You're self-employed if you can't stop working. I stopped working years ago because I have businesses. Very big difference. It was painful, but I got there. So number one is a business. So when I was in my 20s, I knew I was going to do what it would take to school, study, learn about taxes, debt, insurance, accounting, lawsuits, and all this through business. Next is real estate. I love real estate. But most people can't do what I do because they don't have a business. It's catch-22. They don't have enough money to get over here. So the reason I make more money is because it's not what I'm doing what I love. I do sometimes what I hate so I can have the assets that I love. I love having a business. Very, very important for people to understand at a young age. And the word is called liquidity. The reason this is better for most people is because it's liquid. You can buy a stock, you make a mistake, you get out. You buy an ETF, you make a mistake, you get out. It's good, it's important. The moment you go into real estate, you're not liquid. That's why you got to be smarter going in. Because if you make a mistake, you can't get out. You buy a bad piece of property, you write it down. And the same as businesses, you're in there, you're solid, you can't get out. Like if Rich Dad's gotten in trouble, with money, like all businesses are, I can't quit. Employees just quit and they leave. They run like little rats, But if you're in here or here, you can't get out. So that's why liquidity is crucial. Savers are the biggest losers today. Okay. And you're taught to save money and invest in the stock market for the long term. That's crazy. It's nuts. Why your banker does not ask you for your report card. Okay. Banker doesn't care if you're smart. Banker wants to know you got money. That's all they care about. But what the banker wants to know more than anything else is not how much you have in savings. What does the banker really want to know? How much can you borrow? You can borrow a lot of money, they love you. You can't borrow any money, they give you a credit card. Because everybody's talking about millennials. What's wrong with them? Millennials are the most highly educated generation in history. They know all the answers, but they're afraid of doing anything. And the reason they can't do anything is because you might hurt somebody's feelings, you might make a mistake, and that just keeps you guys just trapped in this little box.